Ding dong YouTube, welcome back to the channel, the Jobless Coder here, and this is not the video that I wanted to make today, nor is it the video that I hoped I would be making on Lionbridge, but something happened the other day, and so I'm going to rant about it. And I don't know if anybody at Lionbridge will actually see this video, I don't honestly care. I hope possibly, though, that other organizations and companies that pull stunts like this can take a message from this video that this is not how you handle people. So whether or not you've actually ever heard about Lionbridge before, I'll switch over to my desktop here so you can see. So for anybody who's not aware, companies like Google will contract out other smaller companies to do various different micro tasks, is what they call them. There's different sites like Amazon Mechanical Turk or Clickworkers, and one of the other sites that one of the other companies that is contracted by Google is called Lionbridge. And so on the Google search engine, you punch something in to the address bar and you get relevant results based on the search query you gave it. However, they have a whole team of monitors that actually check that and they validate the searches to ensure their accuracy. And so if there's any discrepancies between what you search and the expected results of that search, then Google can then take that data and better use it to restructure their searching algorithm to give you better results. And so you can see if I scroll down here, they have different tasks that you can sign up for as a quote-unquote contract part-time position. They have interpreters, translators, testers, and corporate associates. And so I found this website, I found this company about a week and a half ago is when I first discovered it. And so I was like, okay, testers, I'll sign up with that. So I went to learn more and I went through the application process and sent that off. Now, you have to consider that the job opportunities they have are fairly limited. There's only a certain number of countries in the world that can actually partake in this, but they've got a good selection. And here they've got Canada and the US. And so I signed up under Canada, which is where I live, and the job essentially doesn't require any experience at all. I mean, really, you're just punching things into the search query and validating the results, reviewing the results for their accuracy. So it's something that I could do with the limited experience that I have because no other reputable company is willing to even talk to me. And so after applying with Lionbridge, I received an email back from them. And the email, I'll pull it up on my inbox here. And essentially, it was an email that contained all of the documents and the information and the contracts that would pertain to this specific job opening. And as you can see, the email is from 8 days ago, and it has a whole lot of information contained within it. It outlines that the pay for the position is $13.50 US per hour, which is actually fairly decent. It's about 18, almost 19 Canadian dollars. And so I would get the opportunity to work 20 hours a week. They would allow you between 10 hours minimum and 20 hours maximum per week to work for them. And that would be able to actually cover the rent so that maybe I could sustain myself for another few months while I continue to search for full-time work. And so I thought this may actually be a good opportunity to pursue. Now, I was very careful with the position, however, because there was a lot of documents, including a consulting agreement, and it actually outlines in that 60 to 90-day pay, which is something that I'll probably cover in a future video. I'll do a dedicated video on that alone. But that was something that was not outlined in my previous contract with the previous employer I had, and it was actually masked to make me think that I wasn't a contractor. I believed that I was an employee when it turns out I really wasn't. And so at least it was actually explicit in this agreement that said, hey, you may have to wait 60 to 90 days to get your pay from whenever the time is you submit your work. And after consulting with a few friends and family who felt that maybe this wasn't the best opportunity to pursue, I decided I might as well try pursuing it anyways, since I have no other leads coming in, at least not at the moment. So that was 8 days ago. And then I received an email 4 days ago. There's a 4-day separation between when I submitted the documents and when I heard back from them. And it's outlined very specifically in this email here. It was outlined in the documents that I signed and agreed to, that a test would have to be completed and passed before you were allowed to work with Lionbridge. And this test would be divided into 3 parts, and part of it would be done on your computer and part of it would be done on your smartphone. And the first part would, I think, be multiple choice, and the other 2 parts were short answer and actual practical work. And so I was like, okay, this sounds great. And they told me that the test, once opened, would have a 5-day window under which you can study and submit the test. And they recommended that you waited a couple days before submitting anything, because as their data shows, the people that spend more time studying do better on the test. I mean, that's how tests go. And I want to draw your attention to this specific paragraph here, which says, you will be given access to read the exam guidelines and access to the exam on Wednesday, the 10th of April. And this was sent on the 8th, just 2 days before I would gain the access. And then it tells me a bit about the test and what I have to do. And I figured, okay, great. This is the next step in the application process. And then, upon receiving this email, I received another email just 3 days ago, which was only 1 day after this other email, saying, Dear Evan Svensson, we thank you for applying for a working from home position with Lionbridge. However, we are unable to enter you into the exam on this occasion. Due to the large volume of applications we receive, we are not in a position to provide individual feedback at this stage. That is crap. That is a load of crap. That is unacceptable bullshit. This is not something that you send to somebody. You have already promised the ability to take a test. Now, I could fail the test, in which case that's totally valid and I would not get the position. But I was promised a test, I was promised the ability to take a test, and upon completing the test, I would be able to work for this company. And they send me this message as though the other messages didn't actually send through. This is a message that you receive at the front gate. If they don't like you, if they don't like your resume, if they don't think you'd be a good fit for the position, this is the message they send right off the bat. This is not something you send to somebody who you've already been communication with for over a week and telling them that they have a shot at this opportunity and telling them that they're going to take a test. This is unacceptable. And any company that pulls a stunt like this is blacklisted from my book. Absolutely blacklisted. And this is not the first company that has pulled stunts like this, where they claim one thing and turn around and they claim something else. And they always have this discrepancy at the bottom that says something about due to the large volume, blah, 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 we can't give you individual feedback. That is frankly crap. And like I said before at the beginning of this video, this is not the video that I hoped I would be making about Lionbridge. This is a company contracted out by Google. And so even though it's on a contract, that means a huge legal document that I may not understand everything I'm getting myself into when I sign that document, I was willing to take a chance because I knew that Google is reputable and I know that Google hires reputable companies. And so I believed that maybe this company actually had some value to offer. And I can go over here too and show you. This is for the Internet Safety Evaluator in English in Canada. And it says here status rejected. And so if it was rejected without the promise of a test, that would be totally valid. If it wasn't rejected and I failed the test, that would be totally valid. But because they told me I would be taking a test and then 1 day later redacted that statement without any further explanation, that is not acceptable. And so, like I said, this is not the video that I wanted to make today, but I was ranting about it anyways. And I don't know if there's anybody out in the audience who maybe actually works for Lionbridge. I don't know if you can vouch for the company, but unfortunately, I will never be able to because this is a one-time shot. They basically say that if you get rejected, you can't ever apply for them again. And so, well, I guess they just don't get the talent that I have to offer. Well, sucks to be them. And in any case, if you want to subscribe to the channel for further videos like this in the future, I'm going to be releasing my Upwork video shortly within the next week. And other than that, thank you for watching. Bye.